Dear ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our long seminar. We have had 1.5 days of vivid discussions on very interesting topics. And I've been dealing with the territorial development here in Estonia for almost 20 years, and I can assure you that this was the first time when so many people gathered here to discuss the territorial development of the European Union. This has never happened before in Estonia. And I would like to thank the ESPON team and you all participants for giving us this opportunity today. Throughout the seminar, we have been talking a lot about the future. Either looking to the past, what we can learn from the past to take with us to the future, or searching the tendencies and trends that most likely will shape our future. It is sure that the future will come, it will be different than present. Some of the aspects of territorial development are more sure. As we discussed yesterday, it is clear that the digitalization will move on. Several regions face shrinking as inevitable process as far as we know. But of course there are a lot of uncertainties, like we have also discussed a lot. Either there be this political crisis or social crisis that have been mentioned today. It all brings along a lot of challenges for European regions. But we as people dealing with regional development, I wish that we can put proper emphasis also on the other side of the developments, on the opportunities that those changes bring along to several regions. Like we heard yesterday and today, there will be plenty of promising research activities going on and providing results next year. And as we very well know that next year there will be also on the policy-making side heavy discussions going for the elaboration of the policy framework for the next financing period of the EU. But talking about territorial development, of course, territorial development is shaped heavily by market forces, the activities of people and businesses, and a lot of different policies, either on the national level or European Union level. And like discussed in the seminar, for us as a community, getting through this message that territories matter and territorial approach is better than purely sectoral one is a big challenge. And I always think that our success will be measured by that, whether we can make a visible benefit, show the visible benefit of this territorial approach to other policymakers in sectoral areas in achieving their own objectives. We cannot expect that other policymakers will just like that change their objectives or approaches. We have to provide the positive side of doing different. Yesterday I started with talking about digitalization, and allow me just to share a couple of words on that topic. We had a very interesting discussion yesterday, and I picked up one idea that usually in talking about digitalization we talk about new technologies and service provision that will be different. But I picked up one idea yesterday that was mentioned, that actually the growing amount of information or data is actually a capital. And it is worthwhile of thinking how we can make this capital not a global one, but localized one, so that the local people and authorities and businesses can really turn it into their own capital, this majority change we will face. The other thing that we didn't maybe so much touch upon, but digitalization brings along also opportunities for inclusion and engagement. And here I come to my couple of special thanks. I would like to thank the ESPON team for using this Slido facility. Like yesterday, we saw that we have very different expectations while using this new technological widgets, but it turned out that silently we all used only this electronical a communication way, and we didn't use very much this old-fashioned way of asking questions and giving our feedback. My second special thanks will go also to the ESPON team. I always like if there are some innovations or new methods tested, and I found it very fascinating yesterday, this pitching, because we all know from the policymaker side that these research reports are lengthy one, hundreds of pages, and it doesn't make very much difference whether you have time 15 minutes or 3 minutes to get your message through. And I think it worked very well yesterday. Although I understand that it might have been quite a tough exercise for the first time. And my third special thanks I would like to address to our moderators, who were marvelous in giving us this brilliant atmosphere for the whole seminar. Thank you for that. So, thank you once again for coming to Tallinn. I hope that you will come back in future. And if the developments in renewable energy will become any obstacle for coming here physically, I hope that you will get in contact through electronic channels. Thank you.
Okay, final moments of this seminar. I'm fully aware that I'm the last one holding you away from lunch, so please bear with me for a couple of minutes. I'll try to make it quick. What I wanted to tell you is basically 5 points. Point 1, there will be a synthesis report that will present the key messages from this seminar on both subjects that were covered, and this will be prepared with the support of our wonderful moderator Greg and his team. And you will find it online. We will try to share it with you as soon as possible. And we, of course, will encourage you also to share the key messages from this seminar also among your audiences. I will not dare to summarize all the key messages better than Greg did already in all the sessions, but maybe I will reflect on 2 points. 1 point, we are happy to receive and serve demands from our stakeholders to develop an in-depth analysis on certain specific thematic subjects. And at the same time, I would like to highlight that any sectoral issue where we engage ourselves, either it's digitalization or it's climate change or it's innovation, business development, smart development, they have to be analyzed from a territorial perspective. And for us, this means to analyze these sectoral issues in relation to the needs of particular areas, cities and regions, in relation to other sectors, to make this a cross-sectoral perspective, and also by revealing the impacts on territorial development. And this is, of course, exactly the mission, the beauty, and at the same time, a very important challenge and the continuous challenge of ESPON program. And another point that I would like to share with you is on the territorial dimension of future policies. And I think it is clear for all of us that Territorial Agenda 2020, as it is now, is, of course, a wonderful document, but clearly we do not need another document, and another document that would be as wonderful as this one will not help us to promote a territorial cohesion. Rather, what we need is a process that will promote the ownership of territorial cohesion in Europe, and also that will help to develop a narrative that will be more widely understood and more widely accepted among stakeholders. And we cannot imagine this process without an active participation and a broad participation of cities, of regions, of national governments, of private sector institutions. So we think that the range of stakeholders that we need to involve is really very broad, and this will be a challenging process for us. And that's why the reference framework is one of our key and strategic activities for the next year. And we hope to be able also to capitalize on the results of our ongoing applied research activities and targeted analysis activities to feed into this overall strategic debate. Referring to my speech from last evening, I hope there was something you enjoyed in the past 2 days. I hope you found something or someone you were proud of. and also something to look forward to in the framework of ESPON program. And please, again, I would like to invite you to give us your feedback using the online survey. And now I would like to invite you for a very final Slido vote, because for us it's also very important to monitor the impact of our discussion of the two-day program. And you get the same question as you did yesterday when we started. So still about feelings and emotions. So how do you feel by the end of day 2 about ESPON evidence? Are you informed and inspired? Are you only informed? Maybe you got more inspired. Maybe you're still curious. Please tell us what you think. I will give a couple of moments. And while we are waiting for your votes and the results, of course, I would also like to thank everyone. I would like to thank our speakers, our panelists, our wonderful moderators, our research teams. I would like to thank, of course, again, my team of ESPON EGTC, to all of you who contributed to the success of this seminar. And we very much hope to develop our cooperation in the future. And of course, we very much hope to meet you again in Bulgaria. Now we have 65. Maybe let's wait a couple of more minutes. And while we are waiting, my final message to those of you who have meetings in the afternoon, and that's quite some of you. So the European Contact Points meeting will be taking place in room Bolero. And the meeting of our research teams and the EGTC team will be taking place in room Duetto. So please join us at these meetings in the afternoon. They both start at 2 o'clock. Okay, we can probably stop here. Fantastic. Wow, okay. No, I'm so happy because I remember what was the result of the vote yesterday. So we had approximately 34% of informed and inspired people. We have managed to raise this number and to raise it until 61%. So I think all of us together, we did a great job. And again, I very much hope to see you soon and to see you again in Bulgaria. Thank you, and enjoy lunch.